This episode is sponsored by Jacobson Real Estate Company. Are you ready to find your dream home? Or maybe you're thinking about selling and want the best deal possible? Well, look no further. At Jacobson Real Estate Company, we make buying or selling your home smooth, stress-free, and exciting. With 50 plus years of experience and a deep knowledge of the Winona, Minnesota area market, we specialize in turning your real estate goals into reality. Whether it's finding that perfect neighborhood, negotiating top dollar for your property, or answering all of your questions along the way, we're here for you. Plus, with our personalized approach, you're not just a client, you're family. So why wait? Let Jacobson Real Estate Company open the door to your future. Call us today at 507-313-2716 or visit our website at jacobsonrealestatecompany.com because your next chapter starts here. Buy, sell, invest. Jacobson Real Estate Company. Welcome to this week's edition of Brews Cruise. I am your host, Chris Jacobson, and today I am here with Joey Schneider, a.k.a. Doey. And Doey, is my cousin, and he has graced us with his presence on the podcast today. And we are going to be sipping on some Malibu and Sprite per your request. Yep. And I got some ice for us. I got some glasses for us. I'm going to crack this bad boy open, and we'll get sipping however much you want. But welcome, Joey.
Well, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. And
before we use the little glasses, I think I got a little gift over here for you.
Oh, what do we got?
Some custom glasses I made this morning.
Oh, yes. Sweet. So for those who are watching, I don't know if it'll pick up on the camera, but he made me some mugs that say podcast, Brews Cruise with my logo on them. Since he said, what did you say? You always see me using glasses. And
you use glasses like that. It's like, how are you supposed to drink a beer out of that thing? If people have beers and sipping out of cans. Like, come on. You got to promote your own podcast on your own merchandise.
Well, Joey, you are a man of many hats. You wear many hats. So, yep. I mean, we're going to drink Malibu and Sprite out of some mugs. But do you want some ice?
Sure.
All right, perfect. You put how much you want in. You can grab the bucket, move your mic however you want. I'll crack these Sprites open. How'd you decide on this drink of all drinks?
I'm not really a big drinker, but every so often I have a Malibu and Sprite. It used to be Malibu and pineapple, but
sure,
the citrus kind of ups up my stomach half the time.
Sure.
So it's a good go-to drink.
Here, pour what you want. I'm going to put my ice in. But yeah, Joey, you're a man of many talents, many trades.
Try not to be, but got to keep my mind occupied at the time.
Well, I mean, literally the sweatshirt I'm making, you made me.
I make the sweatshirt. I'm doing these etching on these glasses.
But do you have a machine that etches these things?
It's quite simple. It's just a little chemical you put on there. You get a stencil, and you just put it on there, etch it on there, and wait about 15-20 minutes, and then too much.
Uh-oh, perfect pour, dude. Perfect pour. I'm going to go heavy on my ice. I love heavy ice.
But yeah, you just go like 15-20 minutes with the stuff on there, wash it off, and it's on there.
Perfect. What'd you think of the game last night?
It was pretty boring.
It was pretty boring.
There wasn't much action until, 8 minutes left in the fourth?
Yeah, it was kind of, I was watching TikTok today, obviously, like we all do. And it was, someone had it on their TikTok that it was one of the 5 most boring Super Bowls.
I would agree.
Yeah, and you know what? The script writers were better. They would have made a comeback. But maybe the NFL
They would have started like late in the second, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, just what if they would have come back 24-0? What if they would have just come back and won?
Would that be the second biggest comeback?
I think it would have been the second biggest because I think Brady had the second biggest a couple of years. Was it 2000? Whenever he played against the Falcons, I think they were down like 23-7 or something.
Something like that.
But yeah, that would have been. So I guess there's no script writing.
No.
I guess not.
I don't think so. I think Taylor. Cheers.
Cheers, Joey.
I think Taylor ran out of money and. Sorry,
Taylor
winning tonight.
So do you think Taylor and Kelsey are gonna break up?
I don't know. I mean, some of these celebrities are all paid to do this stuff, but
yeah.
To get they don't have money.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, she was there. Trump was there, the first sitting president, so that was kind of really cool.
It was nice, but did he stay the whole game?
I don't know.
Who knows? See him.
Did Swift stay the whole game?
I don't think after she was getting booed by the audience.
Yeah, I heard that she got booed by the audience pretty well.
But
I gotta try a sip of this here. Oh yeah, you know what? A little Sprite with some coconut flavor. That's not a bad. How'd you decide on this? Like,
Because I was just drinking Malibu and pineapple, but it's like, that's too sweet.
yeah.
But once in a while, I might put a splash of grenadine in there just to throw off the liquor. It kind of gets dangerous.
Well, this is only 21%, so normal most are like 35 to 40. So actually, it's not as dangerous as it could be, but you don't really taste the alcohol.
No,
is
you
the
don't.
thing. If you threw grenadine, you definitely would not.
But yeah, I mean, when I'm out and about, I might just have one or two. But
Sure.
normally, I don't drink.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Don't have time to.
yeah, you're working a lot of jobs. How many jobs do you have specifically?
I have lawn care,
Lawn care.
making custom welcome signs, doing custom orders like this, doing shirts and other stuff, and a lot of vinyl stickers. What else? Information on earrings, keychain.
Earrings and keychains?
Yep.
Dang, man, you're doing everything. So don't you
Keep
have
me occupied when there are a lot of kids running around.
That's true. Don't you have a full-time job too?
Yeah.
This is just the side stuff.
Oh yeah, that's like,
Okay. What's your actual job that you're doing now? Because you used to work for Knitcraft, right?
yeah.
And then they
So
sold.
I started when I was 14 at Westfield Golf Course.
Oh yeah, Westfield
And I
Golf
was there
Course.
for 14 years. I was down the course in the kitchen doing dishes, and then thought maybe, well, after Dick Coulter passed away,
Yeah, all
it
beats.
kind of wasn't any fun anymore because nobody was there to make fun of anybody, you know? Dick was always making fun of people.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, he sound like when my dad talks about him, he sound like the most uptight guy.
Oh, yeah. He was very uptight.
But he liked to make fun of people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then that, and then I transitioned over to Knitcraft, and I started there as a maintenance, a machine mechanic, working my way into kind of maintenance, because why not just work as a group of guys instead of one person doing it all?
Sure.
So I was there for almost 12 years, and then didn't feel the atmosphere anymore because we got brought out by RTP.
Sure. Sure.
So I wasn't really all there, so I ventured on, and now I'm at Motor Parts, working the counter,
Oh, really?
selling parts and stuff, and
So that's the new job. I didn't know what it was.
yep.
Okay, so when RTP bought out Knitcraft, didn't feel as family oriented anymore, or what?
No, it wasn't. I mean, well, it's different. When Bernie Brenner owned it.
Because I know you had a relationship with him specifically.
Oh yeah. I do his lawn. He called me on the weekend. Hey, you want to go pick up a train in Rochester? Like,
Pick up a train?
sure. He got a coal powered little train.
Like the little.
No,
train.
it's probably like the size of this couch,
Oh,
and it's heavy metal. It's probably about 700 pounds for just the engine alone,
really? Okay.
and it fires off real cold. And he got about, I don't know. He had a whole trailer full of tracks he got put down.
Sure.
I don't think he got that far yet. But yeah, you know, he was there almost every single day, walking through the plant, and he would push you out, pat you on the back, say, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, and all that. But now he doesn't really come around anymore, and it's not fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand that. So now you're at Motor Parts.
Yep.
Now I want to go back to when you were at the golf course because you said Dick was making, or we call him Beats,
Yep,
obviously.
Dick Beats.
So who was he making fun of? Like, what would he say? Give me something.
Well, you know, like one day, he was usually the first one there. He went out there, and someone had left a note saying that someone left a banana in the cup. I'm like, what? Who would leave a banana in the cup? But no, it wasn't really a banana. Someone literally took the flag out and took a crap in the cup. So
Someone took
he
a
had
shit
Mike.
in the cup?
I think he had Mike Rich go out and change it, but Mike wasn't really happy about that.
Oh my guess. Someone took a shit in the cup
Yeah.
on the green.
Yep.
It's a banana in the cup.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's a banana in the cup.
Well, it
I'm
could have
like,
been a Baby Ruth. Oh
would've
my
been a-
gosh.
But yeah, there was a lot of different things going on the golf course because it was a public course and there was
Yeah.
no
right.
privacy. I mean, anybody can get out there and do whatever.
Sure.
We had people riding dirt bikes through the golf course, ripping the greens and ripping through the sand traps and all that.
Really?
Yeah.
I suppose it isn't a very public location, so
Yeah.
I understand how that could go. That could go, but man, someone to take a dump in the cup.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
It
So
is.
Did you enjoy that job?
It was fun. I was outside most of the day. That's what transitioned me into liking lawn care.
Sure. What happens when, at a golf course, what happens when it's raining that day?
If it's raining that day, you basically sit in the garage, and some people sit in the garage and do maintenance on the reels, on the mower, because everything was rotary. It was not hydraulic or nothing. It was all rotary.
Oh, so you guys, it was maintenance day,
Yeah,
basically.
so we banged the chain, blade to sharpen. It was fun, but...
A lot of manual labor.
Oh, yeah, a lot of manual labor.
Well, my dad worked there, too. So.
Oh, yeah, he did. I don't know how long he was there for.
What is he, 13 or 12, all the way to 24 before his wedding? So 12 years?
And he keep bringing up that he buried a hatchet on hole...
Oh, yeah, that's
hole
right.
8 green on the back of the green somewhere. Yeah, if I found it yet. I said, I haven't found it. No.
Do you still golf there?
No, I haven't. I only played there once since I left there almost 13 years ago.
You've only played once since then?
Yeah.
Probably with me at some point.
Well, the only time I golf was when the tournament with you and your dad. And
Yeah, remember Jim Johnson and those guys we used to golf with?
he always yelled at us when we played the tournament to, quit out hitting each other, playing for trophy.
I know. Oh, man. Well, it was still fun, though,
Yeah.
doing that. So now you're at Motor Parts. What do you do there? Work the counter?
I'm at the counter, people come in, you look and see what they want, and
Yeah.
put
You
the
got a little
order in.
headset on?
Not yet.
Not-
I just
not-
started it a week ago.
Okay, so you haven't
So-
graduated to the headset yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I mean, that can be a transition because they have to get a Bluetooth device to hook up to my hearing aids.
Oh, sure.
So it'll be a lot easier instead of all the crowd noise.
Yeah, right.
So
Okay, so then you have all your side gigs, which you just want to keep yourself busy. But I always remember you doing everything because I always remember you would have. I remember one time you were making survival bracelets. I remember that.
Yeah.
You gave me one of those. That was 12 years ago, and now you're into.
don't have those.
You still have them?
Yep.
All right, you still
And
selling
then
them?
a keychain, and I make belts and stuff.
Gosh, well, what do you like? Do you like doing that? Is this something that relaxes you to do it?
It kind of does relax me, but it keeps me moving.
Yeah.
If I sit there, I'm just going to get tired and just sleep. I mean,
Sure.
who needs sleep?
Who needs sleep when you're this young?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So
I mean, that's what you want to, you work, and like Grandpa said, if you want it, you work for it.
That's true. Yeah, if you want, you got to work for it. Because you also have your lawn care business.
Yep.
And now, obviously, it's winter right now. Are you
Mm-hmm.
still doing? What do you do? Snow removal?
I do some snow removal. I help my father-in-law, Bill Lonick.
Okay.
So I help him if he needs help.
Yep.
So it hasn't been a crappy year this year, but we only got,
yeah.
2 snowfall so far? It's starting to snow today.
Yeah, I know. Well, you could have mowed a lawn last week. It was 50 degrees at one
I
point.
could have.
so-
Someone called me, but they're probably playing a prank on me.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Someone called you?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Well, he's like, hey, you doing lawn today? And I'm like, no, it's kind of cold. I mean, he's like, well, just kidding. I thought I saw the number on the window somewhere, so I'd call you. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, he remembers you in a couple months from now. But just to
Hopefully.
prank you in January,
Yeah.
it's kind of weird. So, well, anyways, okay. So then you do lawns all summer long on the
Yep.
side, right?
Yep.
How many lawns do you do or take care of?
Typically, I have 14 regulars. It could be up to 20, just
Yeah.
random. I mean, some people call me when they need it,
Sure.
but some people call me when, oh, my mower broken, can you come do it?
So you have 14 regulars.
Yep.
And then anybody else that just calls out of the blue.
Yep.
That's a lot, I feel, because you got to cut it, once a week, I would think.
About once a week. Some of them are maybe once every 2 weeks,
Okay.
but those are the cheap ones.
Those are those are the cheaper ones for sure, for sure. What's the biggest lawn you got?
That would be Bernie Brenner.
Oh, so you're still working and doing stuff for Bernie? That's
He got 2 separate lots. The big lot has to do the rider, which got to be bagged.
of course. My
And
dad
then
always bags everything too.
And then the little lot is because of the pool. He doesn't want a rider around it in case you go into the pool. So everything can be push mode. So
Don't want
I kind
Joey
of get it. I
falling
mean, it's
in.
kind of scary. Sometimes you can get the push mode in the pool, but I haven't done it yet.
It's only if you have too many Malibus and Sprites, you go flop in the pool.
Not on a hot summer day.
No. So okay, so he's your biggest client then,
Yep.
and you're still working for him, even though he doesn't even own the company anymore. So that just speaks to the relationship that you built with him. And then obviously you know my buddy Josh because he's been on the podcast
He
a
was
couple
there.
times.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, okay. So the question I have then is, Do the people say, hey, this is when I want you to cut it every single week? Because you obviously got to plan your week out because you have a full-time job other than what you're doing. So then do you have to go and plan it all out? Like, okay, this is the day I have to hit this one, and you got to be ready. Okay.
I have kind of a schedule I put on my planner, and then I tell people that want it done to let me know like 2 or 3 days ahead of time so I can somehow squeeze it in.
Sure.
Nothing going on with all the kids in the house.
Yeah. So. What does it cost to do a lawn? Do you like price it per square foot, or how do you do it? Or just look at it and be like,
well, if someone calls me, I ask for the address, and sometimes I put it in Google Maps and look at it from there.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to go all the way out there. And then I ask what they want. Do you want it edged? Do you want it trimmed, like low or high, or how often do you want it done?
Sure.
And bagged. I hate doing bagged because it's more labor because you have to empty it every so often, and
you got to take the clipping somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would it cost to do like my house?
Your house?
Yeah, it's not even that big. It's like I think it's not even a quarter acre of a lot. How do you price that?
You have
out?
a little hill, don't you?
I do have a small little hill. Not much, but not like my other house. Not like that one where you had to put cleats on. I don't have to put cleats on anymore. I've graduated from that.
I really haven't seen your yard, but I mean,
Takes me
like that, maybe about $45, $50.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, that's not bad. It takes me roughly 50 minutes on a good day to do it without bagging it. If I bag it, it's a lot longer. But then I got to go put the clippings somewhere. It's a pain in the ass. Yeah. And my dog's pissing up the yard anyways, and it's getting all yellow anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not like...
Hopefully you clean up the pile, because some people don't. And then I do charge them a little extra for washing my mower, because this one couple I have is crap everywhere.
Well, that's pretty good money for someone that, if it's your side gig that you're doing, and a kid could go out and do this if they wanted a job for the summer, and they can make decent money. Because if you said that mine's maybe roughly $45, that's like a little bit over an hour, plus obviously got to travel and do all your stuff, but that's pretty good money per hour.
It is.
Actually, and
it can be.
It can be, yeah. And if you have everything lined up and you have clientele, what's the best way that you found clientele? Just word of mouth, or have you been advertising other places?
Word of mouth. I have a big sticker on my back window of my truck. I have 2 vehicles. My other guy that helped me, he got the other vehicle, and a lot of people call me like, "Hey, I seen your truck at Walmart." I'm like, I'm not at Walmart. I'm at work.
That's good.
Because they see him.
So the sticker in the back window works.
Yep.
I'm going to need that for real estate then.
You should.
I should throw a sticker in the back of my truck. Anybody that's behind me would like to see it probably.
Yeah. Sell a house from the rear.
What? What was that now?
Sell a house from the rear.
That doesn't sound good. Sounds pretty bad.
Sounds pretty bad, but I'll be looking at your rear end when you're driving.
That is true. So, of all your side gigs, what's your favorite? Because I know you just picked up making T-shirts because you did the sweatshirt. You've done a batch of T-shirts for me. What's your favorite side gig that you do now?
The favorite one I've gotten into is custom and vinyl stickers,
Custom
Because you can
vinyls.
do stencils to do, like, any kind of painting you want. You can put writing and stuff on it.
Sure. It's
So
like
you can do
graphic
anything.
designing, right?
Yeah, kind of like graphic design.
So do you have like some program on your? Because I know what I did is I just sent you a photo, and you just mocked this up, which it looks darn near identical. So how do you? What is there like a process? You just stick it into a program.
Stick it in there and just
erase
around it and set it on it and you print it.
And you made my basketball jerseys too.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, I got the basketball jerseys. I had shirts. So you've been doing a lot for me, and we still wear those jerseys every single week.
That's good.
And all the prints they're staying on, so that's what I'm happy about.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't sure because the Jacobson real estate one's really big.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it's going to wash off in the wash, but it hasn't yet.
No.
So that's good. Because the
That's
next
good,
thing I
yeah.
need is some hats, kind of like Grass Monkey probably, but I'll need Brews and Cruise as well, and Jacobson Real Estate.
Yep.
And actually, I think someone just took our stocking caps he made us yesterday.
Oh.
Someone finally took them from us. I'm like, good, because you wear those somewhere. Wear them out and
Yeah.
about. I love that. So I want that. And then you made some koozies too.
Yep.
Yep. I got a question for you. You still go to McDonald's all the time?
Not all the time. I try to cut down because there's no way you can get away with just eating for yourself.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
Because the girlfriend has 4 kids, I have 2 kids, so that's 6 kids in the house.
That's expensive.
That gets expensive. Once you go to McDonald's, it could be $60, $70 for a family night meal. It's like,
That's not worth it.
no. Sometimes I go there just for the pop, but
Just for the pot. Well,
Gotta cut that down a little bit too.
that's true. The Coke is really good there.
It is good.
I don't know what they do, and I heard, well, they cool their lines down. That's why it tastes so good. And I'm like, I don't know. It still has a different flavor.
I think there's a syrup thing in the cooler that
so
they just
too.
hook up separately.
Did you see that they called? I just saw this in the news the other day. It was like they called the Happy Meal, now they just call it the meal. There was something I was reading up on. I was just wondering if you had heard about it because I knew you were a McDonald's guru.
Well, yeah, then I kind of caught on. Like, everybody wants the kids meal. It's like, yeah, you get a kids meal. They take the toys out. They don't want to eat. It's like, screw the toy. Just get a 20-piece nugget and split it up between the 6 kids.
That's true. That's
Cheaper.
So thoughtful.
Like, it's price for one Happy Meal, you get 20 nuggets.
So I was listening to a podcast. It's called The Best Idea Yet. And they went over the Happy Meal and where it started from. And it started in a different country. And then it got adopted eventually into it with putting a toy into it. But it was in a totally different country. Some lady started doing it at a McDonald's back in, I want to say it was the late 60s, late 70s, somewhere in there. And she started putting a toy into the meal. And then eventually McDonald's adopted the idea. And I was like, well, this is really interesting. So you need to listen to that episode if you're interested in it at all. But it's by the podcast called The Best Idea Yet. And it was just on the McDonald's Happy Meal is all it was. So, because remember when we were younger, the Beanie Babies?
Oh, the Beanie Babies. I still have them all on the tote.
You still have them all?
Never open. I have like 2 or 3 sets of each, never opened.
So what are they worth now, a quarter?
Oh, some of them can be, but you just got to find the right people to buy them.
It's like trading cards, right?
Well, they're not like trading cards, yeah. That's kind of crazy, too. I mean,
God, remember people used to just go nuts over those things? They would buy like 20 Happy Meals just to hopefully get the one that they really needed.
yeah, there's only like 6 cards to collect, and you buy 20 Happy Meals, you get the same one in every one.
That's right.
Just buy one at a time.
I know, I still have them. I still have all my Beanie Babies somewhere at my parents' house. So I remember those Happy Meals back in the day. They were just, do you remember any other toys that were big that came out? I remember they used to collect glasses. Remember they had like
They had those, yep, they had
Batman?
the glasses of like the hamburger and Ronald and I don't know. I still have some of those glasses too. And then the colored Coke glasses.
Yeah, that's right. The
I
color
have some of those too. I mean, I collected everything. I was just like, like Grandpa. He was a big hoarder.
Well, okay.
But it's not really hoarding. It's worth money.
My dad's going to hate me saying this, but he's a hoarder too. So I know where he gets it from.
It's worth money to some people.
Well,
You just got to find the right person.
find the right person. What's something you're collecting nowadays?
The kids McDonald's Pokemon cards.
There's
They got one today, and I just took the cards out of it and said, "Oh, we got no toy today."
You took the toy out of the kids' meal.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
sometimes
know.
they do go in price, and sometimes they don't.
So are they actually Pokemon cards that people would collect?
They can be, yeah, sometimes.
So they're still doing that at McDonald's.
Yep.
Pokemon, really? It has making a comeback because it came back out in like '98 when we were.
98, yep.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade, and I remember I'm like, okay, and then it went away, and then Pokemon Go came around,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden it seems like Pokemon made a comeback, and now you're still
And
selling
then
trading
it made
cards.
a comeback, and now they got these weird names, and it's like, is it too much to keep up with? I don't know.
I don't know. I never got into it, so I have no idea.
I didn't either. I mean, when we bought them, they were like, what, $1.50, $2 a pack? Now they're like $5, $6 a pack.
Well,
Like,
look at trading cards for sports. They used to be like $3.99 was an expensive pack.
Yeah.
$3.99 is nothing. Now some of them are $15.99. That's crazy.
we're buying some of the booster boxes, $36, $64.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I bought one today.
what'd you buy?
I bought the new Panini Prestige.
Prestige.
Justin Jefferson's on the cover of
Oh,
it.
yep.
I bought a box from Target today, and I got an autograph of Josh Dobbs,
Josh Dobbs,
something like that.
the guy that was our quarterback for a while last year, bald headed guy.
Yeah.
Really?
But just say JD. I'm like, is that right? It looked like a Sharpie, too, but
What team was it for?
Arizona.
It was Arizona. That's where he came from.
But
I
on the
think.
side, it said traded to Minnesota or something.
Oh,
It says the date. If they get traded, they said the date right on the side that when they got traded.
really?
Yep.
Well, that's funny because he came to us not this previous season, and he had like 2 really good games, and
Yep.
then all of a sudden he just flopped after that.
Yeah.
But whatever.
But then with this, that you get all the old players like Emmett Smith. I got what's his name, John Harbaugh, Terry Bradshaw. You get those people on a football card nowadays. Like
Yeah.
wow.
Well, aren't those the base ones though?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Sometimes
you
they have
still
like
the base ones?
superstar on them. They have shiny ones. They have puzzle pieces ones.
Yeah. I guess what you're supposed to want is all the rookies.
Yeah.
So I got some Jaden Daniels. I have some J.J. McCarthy's now. I have a couple Bo Nicks. So I do have a few decent ones nowadays because you got to find the trend.
Yeah.
And then hope they do well afterwards.
Well, it was funny because I was looking up these cards on like Google to see what cards are worth money.
Yep.
And the J.J. McCarthy popped up with one in Michigan. And they said the shiny one's probably about $12,000. I'm like, what?
It's got to be like probably a 1 of 1 or something.
Something.
Well, I would sell that now because he hasn't even played a snap in the NFL on a regular. I feel like here's my piece of cardboard, $12,000. I'll take it. I mean, granted, he could go up in value, but what if he doesn't? Then also you got a piece of cardboard that's worth nothing. See, I still have an Aaron Rodgers rookie card, and I got that one graded, and it's a 9, which isn't fantastic. But I pulled it from a pack at Shopko back in 2005.
Wow.
I remember I opened it up at Perkins too. I was having dinner there, I think, with an ex-girlfriend or friends. I don't remember what it was. And I opened it up. I'm like, oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, oh, that's probably a cool one. He's coming up behind Favre. He might be good. And I just always kept it in this pack. And I never even – all I did was keep it in the package it came in, the cellophane. Yep. And I opened it back up. I'm like, I remember I had an Aaron Rodgers rookie card, and sure as shit, I had it. And I sent it in and came back as a 9, unfortunately. But the sides were a little off, so that was the problem. But otherwise, it was still in pristine condition.
Yeah.
So you're still collecting Pokemon, huh?
I really don't collect them anymore. I sold all mine off that I had before I got too big again.
Did you get any big bucks?
The most expensive one, I think, was the Dark Alakazam.
Dark Alakazam?
It was the first edition Dark Alakazam, and it got graded, and I think came back at 9.5.
Yeah.
And I think the highest I got was 800.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But I wasn't in a hurry. I was in a hurry because prices drop, and trying to find the right person can take months.
Sure.
And it was just on eBay, so that's how it goes.
Yeah, whatever. Well, okay, so now you're collecting that kind of stuff, and you said you're a hoarder. Do you hoard anything else? I still have a lot of shoes from when I was younger. My wife hates it.
Well, I kind of got into the Legos, the cars.
Oh, the
like
new
the
ones?
Mustang, the Ferrari.
Those are sweet looking.
They are sweet. I like the new Mustang, the hybrid one.
Yeah.
It's kind of sweet looking, but they kind of get boring after a while. But I've been putting them together and try to put them on a shelf on the wall so the kids don't grab them and smash them.
I got a little Ferrari one I got for Christmas. Haven't put it together yet. How long does one take to put together?
It could take a good hour.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be longer.
Well,
To be honest, I thought it was going to be like 5-6 hours.
well, yeah, if you really tend to go put the stickers on there, yeah, it could be a little longer.
Okay. But it's not that long.
No.
You see the Ford GT one they have for like $199?
I was looking at that, but it's like, I have more priorities right now.
Too steep of a price. Yeah, the Ferrari one was $24.99, I believe. So it wasn't much, but I haven't put it together.
Between $20 and $30 for these models.
Yeah, it was just like a box. That was probably, I don't know, maybe 12 inches long. Yeah. So it's a smaller one. But so what I did is I bought it for a Christmas gift exchange. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, if I end up with it, I don't really care. Sure enough, I ended up with it. I'm like, perfect, Stephanie, I'll put it together someday. And we still haven't yet. But maybe someday when we're sitting at home bored with nothing to do, maybe that'll be the day.
I highly doubt that with you being bored.
Well, when there's a baby, I might have to slow down. So maybe there'll be a day we just got to hang out at home and we'll put the Ferrari together. And the baby's got a Ferrari.
Yeah.
We're going to get a car bed for her down here, I think.
Nice.
So
well, you should buy that new Ford bed they have for babies.
They have a Ford bed
for
babies?
It has lights on the side, so it looks like you're in a car when you're like driving.
Oh, damn.
So when the street light hit the window, that's what it looks like.
I was thinking like a little text one and throw some underglow on the bottom.
No. It's like a crib. It's like a bassinet kind of thing. It's got lights that go on the side. It looks like you're going under street lights, and then it kind of rocks and car sound. I'm not kidding. I think it was probably like $600-700.
Oh, jeez. Wow. We're thinking maybe like $100 one off of Facebook.
It's made by Ford, so.
Oh, that's going to cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Well, we want to get one that we can put down here somewhere, so when we're having like a Super Bowl party, and she's like 2 or 3, she can just go crash out on it, and then she can still hang out, and she has her own car.
Yep.
Just like Grandpa and Dad, I guess.
Well, there's enough cars here to sit in.
Well, we don't want her sitting in them, puking everywhere. Who knows?
Give Grandpa something to do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, clean the car. Well, right now he's working on all the battery tenders on all these things because they're all dead.
He doesn't need a battery in them. Just put them in when you want to take it for a spin.
That's kind of what he thought at one point. I'm like, gosh, that sounds like a lot of work too, though. But
sure, they all take the same battery, almost.
Pretty close, I bet you.
So,
I bet most of them do.
You can only drive one car at a time, so you don't no reason to have, what, How many cars? 14?
14 or 15. I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 in the front.
Yeah, so
Yeah, 15 of them.
you can't drive all 15 at one time.
You certainly cannot. Some of them don't even start.
No.
Like the black T-Bird doesn't even start anymore.
And that's the only car I think I ever driven in this garage.
You drove this? You
Yeah,
drove it,
from
huh?
Lake. I had to drive it from Lakeview all the way back out to Goodview.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Back when he had that garage out
Yep.
there. Holy cow, that was
He
a
let
long
me
time
drive it. I
ago.
was like, no way.
I
A
drove
once
it.
in a lifetime thing.
Funny thing is, I drove it from Quick Trip on Mankato down Broadway when I was in 8th grade to St. Martin's. I rolled up in it. He goes, "Here, you want to drive it?" I'm like, "I guess." I drove up at like 8 o'clock in the morning in a T-Bird as an 8th grader. I'm like, this is pretty cool. So
Yeah,
that was
I really
fun.
wanted to drive the peach colored one, but no, people wouldn't let me touch that one. Only the black one.
Actually, the black one's worth more money.
Really?
That one has a salvage title on it.
Oh.
But it is the James Bond edition, so it's out of 700, but it's still got he only got that one for like 18,000. The other one, the black one that you drove, was like 40.
Well, he had a car, yeah, but he had a prepay to make before they made it, didn't he?
No, he bought that off of eBay, I think, from someone.
Oh, I
He's
thought
not
he-
the first owner of it.
Oh, I thought he had the black one.
Oh, the black one, no. So I think what happened with that one, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but it came in to Sugarloaf Ford back in 2001, and when it came in, I think the person backed out of buying it, and I think he just happened to be at the right place at the right time, and he bought it that day, because I remember he rolled up to it to volleyball practice, because he was coaching volleyball at St. Martin's, and I look out, and I'm like, what the heck's he driving? And he comes up in this black, I didn't even know it was a T-Bird, because I didn't know much about cars
No.
back then. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool looking, and he's like, I just bought this. I'm like, oh, you just bought it. Okay, cool.
Okay.
And it was 48,000. So back in the day, that was expensive in
Yeah.
01, but nowadays that's like a baseline car at the moment.
How about, yeah. It's starting to get cheaper, but who knows what's going to happen nowadays.
That's true. Well, okay, so for those who don't know, you may listen to this podcast. You may wonder why Joey has it. He might be speaking a little differently, and it's because you're actually you have hearing aids in.
Yeah.
And you were born deaf. Is that correct?
Technically, yes. But we
Technically,
didn't
yes.
find out till I was 3 years old.
Okay. So I want to establish that, because
Yeah.
some people might wonder, oh, well, how come he sounds like that? And this is the reason why. And I want to get into it because I think it's a really interesting topic to talk about, that there's probably other people out there that say, hey, I've grown up with this too. Mm-hmm. This would be really kind of interesting to hear about. So I want to hear your story on the topic, because you just said that you didn't even know until you're 3 years old.
Yeah, they didn't find out until I was 3 years old. So, I'll just start from the beginning. I was born here in Winona. Within 48 hours, they had me shipped to the cross because I was different, discolored, you know?
Sure.
So they think I don't have jaundice. But then when he got me to the cross, they were doing, doing all these tests, and they had a hand pump air in me for 48 hours.
Hand
To
pump
keep
air.
my heart rhythm, because they said I had persistent fetal circulation, which only like 10% of people survive.
Oh.
So they had a hand pump into me. They had to stop the construction for a couple hours because of the vibration. And then I was down there for about 3 months, I believe. So I went down there, I was 5 pounds. I came home about 3 pounds 3 months later.
Holy smokes.
So they've said that, because of persistent fetal circulation, they had these drugs that they didn't know were going to work back in '86. So they had me on that, and they were thinking, well, maybe you could be blind or deaf or Down syndrome and all that, and I just came out with hard of hearing.
Sure.
Well, it's not 100% hard of hearing. I can probably hear about 30%.
So if you took those out, you could hear about 30%?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is barely nothing.
Doesn't sound like nothing, but that
you
you're
can still
saying
hear the vibration.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's really confusing because when you're like in the pool or water, you can kind of hear better.
Yep.
I mean, somehow the vibration makes you hear. Like if I put headphones on and take my hearing out, I can hear the music clear.
Really?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Oh, I did not know
Yeah.
that. I
But
thought you would
the
have had to
problem
have
with
them
the
in.
problem with the hearing aid, the speaker's on top. So when someone's talking to you, you're not just hearing them. You're hearing the fan going back there or the car going by. You hear everything. You can't just block it out. So
Okay.
that's one of the things that people like. You gotta get their attention before they start talking.
Sure.
So they just start randomly talking, and you have to take a couple seconds to say, wait, what do you say? Or sometimes, when everybody hates. Or what?
Yeah.
And they just be a smart ass and say, what?
That's right. Well, okay. So is there a different... So I noticed that there's many different style of hearing aids.
Mm-hmm.
There's the ones that you have which kind of go in and then wrap around the
Yep.
ear. And then there's really small ones that go in. What are the differences then?
There's different frequencies, I think it's called.
Okay.
So right now, I'm at the baseline of if I'm at the highest you can get. If I go deaf, I won't be able to have hearing aids. And I have to get cochlear implants.
Okay.
Which they want me to do testing on it, but why mess with that now if I can hear good now? Not
Sure.
good, but if I can still hear. Because insurance really doesn't cover hearing aids. They cover the
Really?
cochlear implant. Hearing aid can be, well, the last pair I had were 14 years old. And they're about $4,000 a piece, the small one.
Sure.
But now these new ones I have, they're bigger, but they're Bluetooth, so they can be about $7,000 a piece.
They're Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I like that because when my phone goes off, I can sit here and talk, and people are like, "Are you talking to yourself?" Or
Oh, so you
You can
guys
listen to
take
music and all that?
calls. Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, so it's like an AirPod almost, but
Pretty
you don't
much.
even tell.
It's an ear pod.
But now somehow with Starkey Industries being in the state of Minnesota, hearing aids are sometimes cheaper or no cost to you through the insurance.
Sure.
So yeah, but
How did your mom and dad figure out that you're deaf or that you're having hearing problems? Did they just
'cause I guess they were talking to me, and I just
didn't respond?
didn't respond or didn't like look when they talked or something.
Sure. So then when you grew up and you went to school, obviously you had the hearing aids at that point. Was it more, do you think it was more difficult for you to do things, or were they pretty decent back in the day? Because like you said, the technology in 86, so when you're 3, you're talking about 89,
Yeah.
90 or 1990. Were they the same as the quality now, or
Oh no, they came a long way.
come a long ways?
Oh yeah, back then, like you go through camping on the weekend, and you forget to take them out. You jump in the pool. It's like, oh, you have no hearing aids for like a week at least.
Oh,
they
until
gotta
they
dry out.
Oh, sure.
Now these are new ones nowadays. They're kind of water resistant. They're not
Okay.
waterproof. I found that out because dropped mine in the toilet and I grabbed it out real quick and it still works.
Gross.
Yeah, but it was clean. I just turned around and it just fell out.
Oh, I thought you were taking a pee. No. Boom, they fall in. Well, your pee sterile, right? Who cares? Right?
Yeah.
So when you're going through school, then was it a little bit more difficult? Do you think, or
It was difficult. Even though growing up across the street from Jefferson School, I went to Madison School. They had a hearing program there.
Okay,
So I had other kids that I knew, and I still talk to them nowadays,
sure.
that I grew up with, and then Madison had a good program. And then go transitioning into the middle school and then the high school, they wanted me to have an interpreter, but, having someone in the front of the class signing to you, and it kind of get awkward. Everybody's asking why there's extra person here signing,
Yeah.
But it kind of grew out of it, and then
Okay. Well, so, now I always know whenever I've talked to you, I've never had to. I feel like I've never really had you go, huh. You kind of like, I don't know, maybe I just speak clear enough or have a loud enough voice because there's some people, they'll talk to people and they'll act like they'll talk really, really extra loud to them. Like, you don't really have to do that because you probably can read my lips too pretty well.
oh yeah, I can read lips about 100% of the time.
So did you see what Taylor Swift was saying last night when people
No,
were
I
booing
I
her?
really didn't see I didn't really see it on TV. I didn't see it until I saw TikTok this morning that she
Yeah.
was there. I'm like, what? Where was she? I even asked you. I'm like, where's Taylor Swift? I haven't seen her.
That was funny though last night. They really didn't pan into her or Trump at all.
No.
But they would have tuned into Taylor if the Chiefs were doing better.
Yeah.
But they weren't doing well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to go back. So you grew up, you go through all school, and then when you get a job, then is it harder, or now you've just kind of adapted to this lifestyle, and now it's easy?
You kind of adapt to the lifestyle, but then working like doing dishes at the steam and heat.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with yourself, take a step back every so often and not get so hot and all that. But it really didn't affect me getting a job at all.
No.
Except for like now, like working in a factory, when I was at Peerless Chain or at Celanese, they were just so loud that you had to have earmuffs on.
Sure.
But the earmuffs create moisture, and these things are not good with water. So, what's the point of working in a place and wrecking your hearing aid?
That's right.
They don't pay
especially-
for them.
That's right. So when you were mowing lawns at the golf course, like you were saying, you put earmuffs on. I assume like everybody does.
No.
No, you didn't.
No.
You just turned them down.
These one, the ones that I have, you can set it to a certain decibel that it won't get over.
Okay.
So when I got these one in, I had a stereo in my car, the loud bass and all that.
Sure.
Got these hearing aid tuned and went back over to the car and turned the music on. You cannot hear any bass because it cuts it out before you.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, go back in and change it. I need to hear my music. But it does shut off at a certain point,
Okay.
so it won't get too loud.
Is it able to like the new ones? Are they able to block out background noise? Because you said like you would hear cars going by and you have to kind of decipher.
Only in the Bluetooth mode.
Only in Bluetooth mode.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
I'm on the phone, I can just hear the hearing aid, And they have a device I can connect to the TV, so I can just hear the TV and nobody else.
Really?
I had that for about a week, and I was like, it's too expensive. I don't want this. It's like a necklace almost. It's $300. You put it on your neck, and you can just hear the TV and nothing else.
Couldn't hear anybody talking to you.
Yeah. It would have been nice, but it's not fair.
So when they say tune out the wife, you could have done that.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I have the app on my phone, so I can just hit off and just shut off. Nobody will know.
So can you also play music through your phone?
Yep.
And listen? Really?
I listen to podcasts all the time with my hearing aid.
That's awesome.
So I can have it in my pocket and just walk around through the day, and I can listen to it.
And there's microphone on there so you can talk to people?
Yep.
So when you're mowing lawns nowadays, what do?
I listen to my music, turn the music on, put the phone in my pocket, and go on.
And it does it block out any background noise or not?
It does a lot, but the mower is so loud, it doesn't really block that out because of the vibration.
So it's probably like when I put in an AirPod, because I don't have the ones that are noise canceling. I just have the ones. So when I'm mowing lawn too, I can still hear the mower in the background, but I can hear everything else clear. So it's probably just like that. Okay, well then I guess they have come a long ways.
Oh yeah, they come a long way.
So then, do you take them out at night every night?
You're supposed to take them out when you go to bed or out for a couple hours. For the last 37, 36 years I have, I don't take them out.
No?
No.
Okay. If you do take them out, what does it sound like to you?
You don't hear nothing.
Well, you said you got 30%, and you said you can just feel...
If you have vibration, all that, but...
What does vibration
Nobody's
feel
really
like?
making that loud noise when you're sleeping.
Okay, right. So it's just like nothing.
Yeah.
So
I
if
like
you
to
took-
have them because of the kids in the house. And
Yeah, well, I understand that too. Yeah, you don't want to obviously be in your own world, basically.
yeah, and they say the battery's supposed to last about 2 weeks, but mine lasts about not even a week.
Oh, so you have to plug them in.
Yeah. No, I have batteries. I can get rechargeable ones, but I don't take them out, so when am I going to recharge them?
Sure.
I'm not going to carry an extension cord and walk around with it.
We get the extension cord.
Well, that's how you charge them when you plug them in, but
Sure.
I'm not going to do that.
No,
I'll just rather buy the batteries and listen all I want until I can when I can hear.
So you just always have a package of batteries on you?
Yep.
What do they take, like the little circular ones?
I went from the little orange one to the big blue ones now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you get about a week out of them, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Depends how much I listen to and all that.
So if you took them out right now, would you hear anything?
Nope.
Like
I'd be reading your lip.
you'd be just reading my lips?
Yep.
Okay. So then now, okay, I want to go over the whole speech thing. Did it take you a while to get your speech down? Because obviously people are going to listen to this and they're going to understand, like, he's talking a little different.
And
Did
a
you have to
little
work on
fast and
speech
all
too?
that. Yes, I had a class at Madison Elementary that did a speech class.
Yep.
So I had that for a while, but it's still a problem. I mean, I like to talk too fast, like I'm in a hurry, but it's really hard to slow down.
Sure.
And I get it from Grandma all the time. Slow down, nobody can hear you. Like,
Well, you know who else talks really fast? Is Mitchell.
yeah,
cousin
but
Mitchell.
Mitchell's really loud, though. I can hear him. He's like, he really enunciate when he talks.
Sure.
And I like that. I mean, I can understand everything he said, but it kind of looks like he's talking like a weird thing, but I don't know if he's doing it on purpose or if he's just talking to me like that.
He talks to me when he's talking. When he gets going, he's fast.
Yeah.
So you had to work on slowing down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so when you first started talking, how long did it take you to start getting your speech down? Do you remember that at all? 'Cause I mean, it was a long time ago.
It was a long
30
time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, probably when I was like 8 or 9.
Sure. It took a little while then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
had,
remember.
like, I had to work on little, like, S's and I's. And,
Yeah. What's your hardest letter to pronounce? Is S?
yeah, because of the whatever, yeah.
Yeah. What makes it tough? I have always wondered, I'm like, what makes it tough? Because I feel like a lot of people that have hearing disabilities, the S is the hard one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because of the way the tongue is, or because you can't hear how it's
You
supposed
really
to?
can't hear the high-pitched noise.
So the
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like in maintenance, like I was in maintenance for a while. People were like, hey, you hear that noise in the fan? It's like, no, because it's too high pitch. The belt was squealing. You
Okay.
really can't hear that.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Because the high frequency cuts it out.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
it is.
Gosh, I'm so glad you're on because this is really something I've never ever talked to anybody about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, this is very interesting to me. I tons of questions about it. So then you're, how'd you do in school then? What did you have to take some classes in order to kind of catch up on things, or?
I did have an IEP.
Okay.
So I had like org skills in high school. Mm-hmm. And I failed org skills one year.
What is org skills?
It like helped you with the homework and all that. It's like a lower down.
Okay.
So if you had problems, you have an extra class to do homework and one-on-one.
Sure.
But I failed one year.
Really? In high school?
Because I had wood, metal, and phy ed.
Oh.
Where's the homework?
Yeah.
So and then they wanted me to take a study hall, but then it's like, I didn't take a study hall. I worked in the office.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I read folding paper for the principal or typing up something.
Oh, okay.
So I never really left school. I mean, I just wanted to get out of school quicker, so go every day and get out quicker.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you didn't really you had a little bit of problems to catch up, but
Yep.
it never really affected you in the long term. It just,
No.
in part of your life is
No.
all it was. So now you're perfectly fine. So that's good then. It's awesome because I feel like you just talked about working in woods and metals class. I feel like that would be a difficult skill to do having hearing disabilities because of the fact that some people might think, you can't hear instructions and all that kind of stuff, but you're telling us you can hear plenty.
Yeah.
And you just need to know when someone's talking to you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing because you have other things going on in your hearing aids where you can't distinguish like if someone's actually talking to you. So if someone gets your attention,
Then talk,
no,
yeah.
no big deal because you can read our lips and you can hear us too at the
Yeah,
same
if you
time.
just start rambling on, I have to find out where you are, I talking from, and then
Sure.
start talking. But
Yeah.
I might miss the first couple words, but that's when I say, huh?
So I got a question then for all that. Was it hard raising your two kids then with hearing aids on or not? Because I don't feel like they would understand that at the beginning, obviously.
No, they didn't understand the beginning.
Sure.
But it's kind of hard because they just ramble on, and sometimes you got to say, hey, look at me, and then talk.
Okay.
But then, when they don't listen, you just start whispering, and then they actually come listen to you, and they start talking.
Sure.
That's the only trick I have. And when they don't want to listen, you start whispering, then they will look at you.
Okay. That's
So-
right, because they're going to tune into you a little bit there.
Yeah.
So now is Ari, how old's Ari now? It could be about 10.
Ari will be what? She'll be 10 in December.
Okay. Now she's probably all caught up, understands how to talk to you
Yeah.
by now, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Do both daughters now?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good then. Just took a little learning curve for them.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. That's cool. Well, that's good that it never really affected much. It's just a learning curve is all it really kind of comes
Yep.
down to is all it is.
But not everybody's the same.
Yeah.
Because I have a really good friend, Jason Osman.
Okay.
He had cochlear implant, and he had him for a while, and then he just ripped him out. Doesn't want him anymore.
So what is, you say cochlear?
Yeah.
Is that where you
It's
see?
like when they cut your head open and
Okay.
they put a plate in there, and then there's like a magnetic thing to your hearing aid.
Okay.
And some people like it, some people don't.
Sure.
But if that's the only way of living, you're gonna have to like it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And then people with hearing don't have the vocabulary because of the vibration and stuff. Plus, people that are hearing impaired, they don't have balance.
Okay.
That's why you don't see me rollerblading, skateboarding. I don't have balance.
Sure. Yeah, because it does mess with the equilibrium, I
Yeah.
suppose, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Okay. I never thought about that.
I get on the ladder a few times, but I probably, if I have to, I'll go 12 feet, 15 feet, but I won't go any higher than that because the vibration makes you feel like you're going to fall.
Sure. Well, that's a good question I actually have now because you ride bicycle, right?
Yeah.
When we were younger. Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like, is there things that you don't do because of your hearing disability because of the fact that maybe you won't have the balance like you just said? Is there, other than rollerblading and those kinds of things?
No.
Because you golf.
I do
obviously.
I golf.
You played softball with me.
Play golf, softball, sometimes frisbee golf.
Okay.
What else?
But it's really like those balancing things of real tedious balancing, like rollerblading,
Yeah.
skateboarding, not a good idea.
No.
No. Okay. Well, that's awesome to know. Did you play any sports in high school?
I was on the golf team.
Just on the golf team?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I remember that.
Yeah, I was on varsity for the last 2 years, and I really didn't get to play because I was sick or something with the cold all the time.
Sure.
So I wasn't really that good either.
How was it? So just last night. So for those who are listening, this is over a week ago. We were at we had the Super Bowl party here.
Mm-hmm.
With all, I think we had 44ish people here. Was it hard to hear people or distinguish people in a setting like that where there's a bunch of people? And this is not it's a very echoey place.
Yeah, it is. I mean, people were sitting at the couch talking about the game, and then you can hear your mom way back there because she got a high-pitched voice.
Sure.
But
so you're hearing everything.
Oh, you hear everything. You can't just zoom in one person.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's bad, but that's why you try to get to look at their face so you can see what they're saying. That's like people joke around when on TV and just coaches are swearing or something. They look at me like, "What do you say?" Because I can read their lips.
Right? Yeah. What do you say?
Yeah. So it's I got an advantage here. People are talking to me because they want to know what they said.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So I got a question then for you as we're starting to wind down here. Is there like a misconception people have about people who have hearing disabilities? Do you think there's a misconception of they can't do this because of that reason? Did you ever come across that?
At a certain point there is. I mean, it's not a big problem, but sometimes it is because hearing people, they sometimes, like me, I don't like to be on the phone. Okay. I like to talk one-on-one, Sure. I don't like being on the phone for a period of time. If you need to talk to me, I'll come to you and talk to you. Yeah. Like from maintenance, they call me like, "Here, do this and this and this," and it's like, "Let me just come talk to you."
A little easier for you?
Oh yeah, a lot easier. Sure. So like in school, people make fun of you and all that. It's like, do I really care? It's my life. Don't care what they say.
Sure. So being made fun of was a thing, huh?
No, it was a thing. Yeah, in high school.
In high school, yeah.
Oh yeah. But
what would people say? Like, I feel like in high school, you kind of like, okay, we're past that. I feel like it'd be more of an elementary, middle school thing. But you said in high school, huh?
It was high school.
Really?
Yeah. Then some people make fun of me, and then I had some friends that were standing there and they just get in your face and say, "Leave them alone."
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Must have had a good crew around you then.
Oh yeah, I didn't have to worry about nobody. Nobody ever picked on me in life.
That's good.
I never got picked on. I mean, never been in a fist fight or anything.
Well, then again, you're a pretty personable guy, so different story as well.
In elementary, some kid picked on me in there, and my brother was there too when I was there, and him and his friend picked the kid up and threw him in the trash can.
Really?
Yeah, they threw him right in the big dumpster in the parking lot, and I think they got like a day or two off because they did that.
That's great.
Yeah, they threw him right in the garbage can. I was like, oh, okay.
That's right, because what are you and Johnny, like 2 years apart?
4.
4 years apart.
Yep.
So you'd have been a freshman when he was a senior?
Yep.
Okay. Gosh, I thought Johnny and I were 4 years apart, but I guess not. He was already graduated then, I guess, when I was coming in.
You and Beezer would be 4 years apart.
Yeah. Okay. So
there's too many kids in the family.
I know. Well, how many cousins do we have? Like 16 or something like that?
Yeah, we have 16.
And then now we have grandkids, which, holy cow.
Grandkids, I think we have 24.
Jeez. My other side, I have 2.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
All 2 of us, yeah. So that's hilarious, and I always feel like you were Grandpa's favorite on that side.
I was Grandpa's favorite.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
Yep. Like when there's snow and no school, he'd be laying on the horn at 3 a.m. and get out here, we're on shoveling. Like never get to sleep in. He was always there.
Well, okay. So you used to go shoveling, and did you mow lawns with him too? Then?
Oh yeah, I mowed lawn with him. I went shoveling with him.
Well, maybe that's where you got your love for mowing lawns.
Yeah, I did. And then sometimes I took some of his customers over, and then I finally got a real job, and I couldn't really do much, so Bill took them over.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I think Bill's gonna be done next year, so I'm gonna pick up the ones that he had. I'm not sure.
That's not a bad thing to have.
No, it's
more
not
money.
A bad thing to have. I would like to do mowing full time, but given the circumstances of the nature, you're not gonna be doing it every day.
Well, I guess
like snow. Well, how many times did snow this year? 2, 3 times?
2 or 3, yeah.
You can't really rely on that as a full-time job.
And even this last one that happened, it was so lightweight that I did it by hand with one hand in my driveway. And I know it was about like 2 inches or 3 inches, but it was soft, fluffy. It was no big deal. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's true. Most people that are into like yard maintenance and landscaping and all that, usually they have the side business of snow removal. But you wouldn't have made much money this year, not yet at least, unless it's doing something out there
And
now.
the thing with snow removal is that maintenance-wise, it's more wear and tear on your machinery.
Yeah.
You have to be the first one there in the morning because they want to have a shovel before they get out.
You're better off just staying up all night.
Yeah. So in lawn care, you can do any time of the day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Until sun sets.
That's true. That's true.
It is. But I like to do it early in the morning before I get too hot in the afternoon, and then let it cool down a little bit, and then go back out about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Well, my dad always said the best time was always in the morning because it's not as stressful on the grass.
Yep.
Because if you go into Valley Oaks, he's probably got one of the greenest grasses out there. Come
Yeah.
to my place, I don't care as much, and he does for me. He cares for me more than I
Some
care
people
for
do.
him. I know.
I am one person, Grandma Peggy.
Well, you know, and when you grow up on a golf course
Yep.
and you work there in your high school years, you know all the ins and outs.
Yep.
For me, I'm like, let me go out and mow my lawn, weed eat around my fence, and I'd rather put my time and effort somewhere else. Like here, I'd rather
Yep.
be here. So
I'd mow Grandma's yard once, during the summer, and mow it once, and then 3 days later, it's like, are you going to mow again? It's like, I just mowed it 3 days ago.
jeez, Grandma.
Yeah, but the neighbors are going to hate it. It's like,
I actually know one of her neighbors. I teach their kid, the Walters on the right
Yep.
side. I know them. Yeah.
Cash?
Cashton. Yep.
Yep.
Nice
Yeah,
kid. Nice
yeah.
nice dad and mom too. I really like him. He actually took over the coaching for basketball this year
Oh.
for me. So
that's why I haven't seen him out there lately. Every time I go to Grandma's, I see him out there, and I haven't seen Joe.
Tuesdays, he would either be at like a game or he'd be at practice in Rolling Stone until 4:30.
Oh, that's
So-
where he's been.
Most likely, because I would see him actually at trivia over at Wellington's on Tuesday nights because sometimes he'll go there and play DJ trivia, which I like to go to too.
Not bad.
Yeah. Well, Joey, I think we're going to wrap it up here. We're right around an hour, but I want you to plug your business because what's your business called for lawn care?
Grass Monkey.
Grass Monkey. How'd you come up with the name?
I don't know. I was just sitting there one day, and we had making fun of monkeys or something, and my buddy Hugo was like, why don't you be the grass monkey? Because you never seen a grass monkey, but the long grass.
That's true. I mean, you probably have the most unique name in town. You're not like Joey's Lawn Care.
Yeah.
You're Grass Monkey.
Yeah, and then my kids were like, oh, you're going to be a snow monkey when winter comes?
Okay, kids, you got something going there.
Yeah, they do.
We just need more snow for Joey. Actually, we don't need any snow.
No.
I'd rather just be grass all the year long. So,
I wouldn't mind that.
so Joey, Grass Monkey is the website, or
I don't
is
have a
the-
website
You don't have a
yet.
website.
No, not yet.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Cool. So for those who are listening, I'm going to put that in the show notes. So if you need Joey in the summer for some grass or landscaping duties, he's
And I'll
got
leave
you
my
covered.
number,
And your number is?
507
Yep.
458 9355.
Say it one more time.
507 458 9355.
Perfect. And I'll put that in the show notes too because Joey would love your business. He's got plenty of time, right?
I can make time.
He'll make time for
Yep.
you. Well, Joey, I want to thank you for coming on in, taking an evening to come and talk to me,
Yep.
have some Malibu and some Sprite, which actually this is really fantastic. I didn't realize it. It's not heavy on the alcohol with only
it's not.
21%. And Sprite, you can get, I got us the regular Sprite, but you can go get, I don't know, sugar-free tastes about the same to me. So, no, you don't think so?
Sugar free is more flat.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I agree with you on that. You don't have to disagree with you on that.
I
But,
need to kind of cut it out a little bit.
okay.
It's been a long winter.
It's been a long winter. Well, Joey, I want to thank you and cheers to you.
Thank
also,
you.
thank you for the new cups. And for those who are listening, you can watch us on YouTube if you'd like, or go to any major streaming platform, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. You choose it. I'm out there if you want to listen to the audio version. Please, as the chef says, subscribe, like, share, give us a 5-star review because that is how the word of this podcast gets out. But this has been another episode of Brews Cruise. Cheers.